Alright, and just that. So there we are. Welcome in, welcome in. So today we have a new post update. As it stands now, it says community update, new feedback, website, and other news. We're bringing a few important news regarding future updates, ways to get support, and provide feedback. Ahoy captains, we're into the third week since release and the high seas remain busy. While Windrose gathered a little less concurrent players over last week compared to the first one, it is still staying steady over 210,000 candles swashbuckling at the same time on Sunday. And the number of daily players actually keeps going. We're thrilled to see such praise for our game and thank you wholeheartedly for this. In fact, we're preparing a little surprise for you to celebrate, but for now, let's focus on some serious, yet more important things you need to know. Windrose.support, new platform for support, bug reports, and feature suggestions. So they basically built a extra addition to their website for support, like troubleshoot issues, bug reports, where you can also actually add your own IDs for the game, what you would like to see changed, what you would like to see added, or actually want to see removed. Those kind of things. The next update, a pack of fixes incoming. Connectivity issues, CPU usage on idle clients and servers, disk usage during gameplay to reduce the load on SSD specifically. Performance and stability improvements, over 40 new building pieces to fill some gaps and inconsistencies, and over 50 fixes and quality of life changes. There is also a chance we will be able to address Steam Cloud saves problems there, complementing the current saves backup system with a more robust solution. If you will, though, your game settings will be set to default after the update. So if these settings are important, please write them down or make a screenshot so you can download them later. The most popular question, next big update. Some of you already have completed the game's current story, and some of you are simply rightfully curious about where and how Windrose is heading. Well, here's the current status. After we're done with the fixes available, we plan to fully switch to the next big content update, which will introduce the next biome called Ashlands. The roadmap of this update is very high level now. We're populating it with our own plans and some popular requests, and then, as is always with the game development, we will sit down and cut out some of the stuff to make it actually deliverable. Somewhere at this point, we will be ready to present to you, captains, so expect more information to come in a month or two. So that actually means that since we're now already at the end of April, somewhere around end of June, maybe begin July, that we will actually get more updates. Our philosophy now is to enrich the current gaming system instead of only adding new biomes with the respective content. So even before we have the full details, it's safe to say the game will not just go in size, it will also evolve. The scope of what we want to do is rather ambitious, so our best bet right now, this update will take at least 6 months to deliver. So around maybe end of October, maybe beginning of November, somewhere around that time frame. This might sound like a long time, but we believe it will also allow us to roll out an exciting and meaningful expansion to the game of appropriate quality. In other words, we will work very hard, so it's worth the wait. This is for today, captains. Thank you, and stay tuned. Kraken Express. So that means that with the game now as it is, we will continue to play it. We have the story mode. You guys can keep on building, and that's the gist for it as it stands now. That means that, as I said, within a month or two, we will get more information. So that means, since it's the end, like I already said, the end of April, somewhere around the end of June, begin July, we will get actually more information about where they will be heading with the updates and everything. How the new website is actually functioning, how they will implement all the new fixes, the quality of life, and so on. What I've personally noticed is But if you have played for a few hours somewhere, either the game will freeze or will just completely shut down. So I think that is why they will address to, as they said within the SSD PCs and everything. Um, Quality of life. They might address the pixelation and things like that, because I've seen that with some things you will get highly pixelated images. Sometimes the colors will get blurry. So I think they're going to address that also. Um, for new building pieces, that sounds like a dream to me because, as most of you know, I'm a builder, so I'm very excited about that. Um, and then I think around November, end of October, maybe begin November. Let's see, they said 6 months, so let's say it's May, June, July, August, September, October. Yeah, so somewhere end of October, November. Maybe end November, begin December, somewhere around there. We will be getting those updates. So yeah, all in all, it seems like a big update, but it's actually a small one packed with a lot of information. So that was that, and I will see you all the next time. This was your Windows updates, and always like captains, stay sailing.